Well, that's not ideal, is it? You might want to bring something to cover the barbed wire if you're going to come over this gate here. Luckily this is a cheap jacket. Well, it looks like I'm going underneath this bit of barbed wire then. Try and get down to the river there. On another different piece of river this afternoon. This is the Yeo again. And this is the golf course section. So this is Kersford Bridge we're looking at here that crosses the golf course. There's a lot more fishing lower down. You can go right down to the railway bridge and start from there if you want, but I've only got a couple of hours, so I'm going to start here, work my way back up towards Fordton Bridge. I think as you get closer to the milling company, I've been told it gets too deep there, so I might have to get out and then just get back to the car from there. We're into the dog days now, end of July into August, so I'm not expecting an awful lot. I might have to switch on to a nymph. I'm certainly not seeing anything rise yet, but we'll do a bit of prospecting. It's been pretty warm last week, so first thing I'm probably going to do is just check the temperature of the water. Once it gets to sort of 20 odd degrees, you really shouldn't be fishing catch and release anymore, so I'm going to check that first. Well, hopefully you can see that on the camera. I've had it in there for about 30 seconds now. It's reading 17, so I don't know how accurate this little thermometer thing is, but I should say that's good to go. I seem to find my fishing one. I misplaced it somewhere. Anyway, there we go. Just the odd fish rising in this pool here underneath the trees. I don't know what they're taking. It's very still water, so I expect I'm just going to put them down. I'm going to try a little CDC spinner first. It sits nice and flat in the surface film. I'll decrease the line a bit. Wet it. Just occasionally hear the odd golf shot go off. No, want to duck. God, that's hardly moving. And then a bit further up than that. And try and move into position slowly. They're not really rising regularly to target, but there's the odd one here and there. Well, there's still the odd fish in here rising, but I can't get them to take a dry fly at all. So I'm going to try a little sinking beetle and just watch the line. Sometimes they'll ignore your dry flies, but they might take this. These are some of the hardest fish to catch. They're just sort of cruising around the pool, sipping down tiny little specks of things as they want to. And there's no hatch that I can see. They're probably taking little aphids or midges or something. And sometimes they'll come and hit this. They like the plop. I'll try and give it a little twitch. There we go. It does sometimes work. Wow, I'm mad. Not very big, but lively. There we go. I think you could have thrown every single dry fly in the box at them there and not got a fish, but it Took that little beetle thing. Just have a look at here. About 7 or 8 inches. The water's actually a bit cloudy, isn't it? Still. Another fish, a little twitched beetle. Tricky, because I was trying to get in the bloody trees. That's a little better. Ah, just pinged off like there. Oh well. Nice. A little bit of catch and release by the net. For anybody who's read Nicholas Fitton's book, it's In Search of Wild Trout. This is what he would call his animated nymph. Quite good in the summertime when it's warm like this, especially if you're fishing under trees. A little twitch nymph. It's quite hard to see the takes, but I don't really want to use a strike indicator because it causes too much disturbance. I have got a furled leader with a like fluorescent tip to it, but I'm in here for a couple of hours and I'm going to strip it all down and redo it now and carry on with this. The fish is still rising there, isn't it? I'm dropping the nymph on it, we won't have it. Well, I did manage to hook that fish in the end. Couldn't resist the little beetle. What's that? 9 inches maybe? That fish really hit it hard then, I wasn't even twitching it. It's just drifting back down the side there. Whoa! I'm getting those roots. There's it there. Oh, not a bad fish. Get set up. Oh, Chris, what was that? That was really bad. Trying to get it in too quick for the camera. Come on this time. Whoa. Well, I don't deserve you, fish, because that was terrible. There we are. Whoa. Right, just in there. Good looking trout. Let's try it. Right, let's see how big you are. So 8, 9. Oh, about 12 inches that fish. That's a good fish. Off it goes. Nice. Well, did everything I could to cock that up, but We got it. A bit smaller this time. This was sitting right over in those roots over there. And I thought when I cast it, it had actually got caught up, but it was a fish. What's that? 8-inch. Right, well, there's a few fish rising up here in the slightly faster water. Look, one right on the edge of that. There's tree roots there. So, having had 4 fish now on this little beetle, I'm going to try a dry fly. Right, well, working on the assumption that they're taking the tiny little aphids. I've got this. Might not even focus on that. Nothing more than a bit of sort of green flashy tinsel for the body and a bit of white CDC for the wing. So I'm going to give this a go at that fish I keep seeing rising off the tree stumps there. Right on cue. There it is. Well, it worked. I got one on the dry fly. Just came up and sucked it in proper. Nice. Fly. There it is. Won't come out. There it goes. Nice. No, that fish doesn't want it. This is quite demanding fishing, this. I've got a feeling the fish are like cruising about in the pool, and you cast to where the rise was, but the fish isn't there anymore, it's moved off somewhere else. And they won't rise very regularly either, so you can't sort of pin them down. It's just typical, isn't it? As soon as I turn the camera off, up it came. Whoa. Took that little green F-fly thing. Oh, stop it. Definitely seem to be just luck of the draw, whether it's cruising past your fly at the right time. Another 9-inch trout. Well, here you can see all the aphids, look, which I'm assuming is what they're taking. That's pretty deep coming up through there. I was on tippy toes for a bit on this side, but you can wade it. Right. Big old dragonfly. And the fish rising up this way, but it's stopped again now. And it's been rising with a big splash, so I'm not sure it's taking these little aphids. Oh wow, that dragonfly's coming and taking that aphid. And that one. God. That's pretty cool. Right, well, we're coming up to a bit of faster water now, so I swapped over to a little deer hair sedge, what I've always known as a Neff caddis, out of Mike Weaver's book. There's a few sedges around skitting about on the surface, so I think it's worth a try. When we get into the faster rippling of water up there, I'm never going to see it. Oh, whoa! Well, it hit that, didn't it? Like quite a good fish. Didn't like me talking, obviously. Not as big as I thought. The old Neff caddis strikes again. Wallop. There we go, let's fly out. Nine-inch fish. Trying to get in the roots. It took when I just twitched the sedge then a bit. It doesn't look very well hooked. Very nice. He's going to counter himself. This fish wasn't rising, just came out and took it blind. Okay. Let's come out. Lovely fish. Well, I've got no idea whereabouts I am on this river, but I'll definitely be coming back. Quite a few of these around. Srixon. Well, that's another deep pool in there. I came up this side to fish it and had a couple of fish through this run and went to wade over and it's too deep. I had to go back down and come up all along the edge of this bank here, and even here there's like a ledge coming away from you, so just watch it here. Some lovely pools here, but it's not for the faint-hearted from wading position. Ah, oopsie. quite a good one. I struck too soon, or a bit hard or something. That's the first one I've missed. That's quite annoying. I had a really good evening before that and pretty much hooked everything. But, there you go. What can you do? That one. Not the same size as the one I just lost, but there you go. St Grumble's been a good session. There's a fish rising in this run through here. And quite fairly tight cast. There's nowhere near it. Right. Just needs a bit further out. There they are. Oh. It's tricky. Close. Nope. Oh, that's just that one branch, isn't it? Right, let's concentrate. Got it. Just had to get the cast right. Up it came. Whoa. Punching above its weight in. Excellent. Well, I've had a couple of fish out of this pool now. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind's really kicking up. There's been a fish rising on that far side, just where the water goes back round into that back eddy. Whether I can cast it or not is another matter. I'm going to give it a go. Right. Not going to get much of a drift. There we go. I thought it would have hit that if it was going to have it. So I've just put on a big Wickham's Fancy to fish up through this fast water, and that damn fish has risen again over there. I don't know if I can cast from here or not. I just can't get it in the right spot. It's too tricky for me. The wind's not helping. Got it. Ah, missed it. Okay, not a problem. Well, I've had another fish take pity on me from over there. It can't be the same one. But, oh, that one's pinged off as well. But at least I hooked it and got it over to here. There must be a few, I think, sitting in that eddy as it comes round off through there. But not easy to present a fly to. Still, managed it. Is that a good fish? It stays on. Not bad at all. Yeah, very pretty. Fly out, there we go. Once again, the good old Wickham in the really fast water. Came really nailed it. What's that going to be? Yeah, about 9.5. Lovely colours on it. Oh, that's probably a message telling me to get my arse home. Where the hell are you? Well, I made it up through here on these boulders, but I wouldn't even attempt it unless you're like a confident wader or and a good swimmer, because there's lots of boulders and rocks and stuff in there. It's pretty deep. It's just dying to trip you up. I think I'm pretty much at the top of where they said you could fish now. I can probably fish up through this bit of it. And I'm going to try and see if I can get up this side, which is back into the field where we came in. If I can't, I'm going to go over this way and just walk back to the bridge and then go from there. Anyway, this is the top of the golf course section. Really nice. I'm going to have to come and fish it more often, I think. Look at that up through there, isn't that gorgeous? I probably ought to go and fish that pool, maybe some more, but I'm out of time, so I think I'm going to try and get up through here into that field. It's the sort of things you're faced with on these wild rivers. Was it better in that bit, maybe? Maybe up through that bit. Right, okay. I managed it. You can get back up through here. It takes a bit of doing. Not sure I'd want to do it if I had a really expensive sage light line or something. So I had to just poke the rod through and then go back and get it afterwards. Anyway, time to go home. Of course, thinking about it, if you don't want to go over the barbed wire fence on the gate there, you can take the public footpath. I think that leads down to the golf course bridge anyway. So maybe I'll do that next time, using climbing over there.